What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of B is for Build. Early morning here in Portland. I'm trying to work while it's colder out. We today are going to set our goals to fixing Chelsea's M5. And we're going to completely gloss over the fact that we're starting at the same exact point we started yesterday before I broke the car. We'll just pretend we'll take our lessons from that and we're moving on. So today the goal is to fix Chelsea's M5. Stay tuned. Nope, we've been here before. Yeah. There we go. One of those rare B is for Build short days. Not even really shorts, more like pajamas. I'll work on cars in my pajamas if I'm in front of my house. Why not? That's why I can't live at a shop. All right, jumping right into here, I want to get wrenching pretty quickly. So the most common thing on these cars when you have a single cylinder outage is the coil pack, the ignition coil pack. That is the thing that takes the electricity and shoots it down to the spark plug. It's a rubberized boot and they go bad. Spark plugs don't often go bad. I mean, they can be, and that's the second thing that we would dig into and replace. But the first thing that I want to try is the coil pack. So that's underneath this thing right here, which is underneath this stuff right here and around this stuff right here. I'm gonna have to pull quite a bit of stuff off. I'm gonna pull as little of it as I can off, but this plastic shroud right here that goes over all of them all the way back definitely has to come out. It looked like I removed a lot of stuff, but I really didn't even have to remove that much stuff. I just moved the water reservoir over a little bit and then took the air box out. And now we have access to all of these different coils. And so this is the troubled one right here. This is the troubled cylinder that we're having. And so this is going to be 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And what everybody says to do online here is to take 6 and swap it out with 7. And then if we get a misfire in 6 and we get a fixed cylinder in 7, then we know it's that coil pack and we can just go buy a new one from the auto parts store and plug her in. So that's what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to swap 6 and 7. All right, we got 6 and 7 swapped around. Obviously, when you're in there and you've pulled it out, inspect the head walls and stuff around the spark plug. Make sure there's no water or anything in there. I've heard that's kind of common with these cars. Mine looked perfectly clean, no contaminants, no nothing, so that's a really good sign. So we got those two things swapped around. Now remember, we have to reinstall the mass airflow sensor or else the car won't read correctly. So we'll throw the mass airflow sensor on there, sans filter. We'll get everything kind of wherever it can be, and then we'll reset all the codes and turn it back on, see how it goes. Okay, in the car, got the auxiliaries on, and then we're gonna go ahead and use this to erase the codes. Erase done. Okay, so the car should be basically fresh. We're gonna go ahead and start it up. Wait a little bit for that error code to come on. There we go. Rescan the vehicle. I can't believe I'm doing this right now. I'm gonna leave you guys on a cliffhanger. I'm gonna take a second out to thank our sponsor. You know, sponsors. With enough of them, someday I'll be able to paint this wall a normal color. Today's episode is sponsored by the mobile game Armada Modern Tanks. It's a tank game. I've been playing it for a while. It's a very fun game. It's a cross-platform PvP style battle game. So you drive around and you get to shoot the other tanks and blow them up, and it's very fun. It has some very cool different maps and arenas that you can play in with various different combat modes to go with it. The game has excellent graphics and sounds and realistic physics. You can drive your tank straight through different walls and trees and knock down lampposts and all sorts of good stuff like that. And there are different daily achievements that you can unlock for bonuses. 25 different tanks are in your hangar waiting for you to go grab right now. They all have different attributes to match their different fighting styles. Armada Modern Tanks is available right now on iOS, Android, and Windows. We got all your platforms covered. It's a new game to me, but it is very fun. It's fun to learn how to control those tanks and just blast people out of the sky, off of the ground. And you guys get the app right now by clicking the link in the description. And if you use my link, I'll hook you up with a free 100 gold, 100,000 silver, and a VIP account. And I got none of those things because I downloaded the game before I had that link. So how is that fair? We're gonna have to switch the way that these things work. Anyways, it'll get you guys started and you can get your own tank customized way faster that way. So guys, hit the link in the description, download the game. That's it for our sponsored content. Now, back to the episode. Cylinder 6 misfire detected instead of cylinder 7. So that's what we were talking about. So we moved the coil pack and we've moved the issue. So that's a pretty cool diagnostic way to figure out exactly what's wrong. So we know it's this ignition coil pack right here that I put onto cylinder 6 since it brought the issue over. So we know exactly what we need to buy down at the auto parts store, and it's a pretty cheap fix, so that's really good news. All right, I got everything all packed up and off the street. I got my coil pack thingy ready to roll. We need to be replaced. I'm in the air-conditioned Z that has 0 misfires, which is great. We're gonna head down to a generic auto parts store number 1 and see if they have it in stock. We're on a hunt for a coil pack thingy. Swing and a miss for generic auto parts store number 1. They can have the part here by 1 o'clock, but that's like 3 hours from now. I'm hoping to have a cold beer in my hand and a fixed M5 by then. So, on to the next one. I just got off the phone with generic auto parts store number 2. They do not have one either. Their closest one is 500 miles away. On to number 3. All right, third time is a charm, and we got our new ignition coil. So let's get back to the house, install that baby, and hopefully we'll have a fixed up M5. All right, we just got back home, so we got our new ignition coil right here, a little bit of dielectric grease to put on the end of that. We'll go ahead and throw that stuff together, shove it in that spark plug hole right there, and install that, plug everything in, and temporarily reinstall the MAF, and then we're gonna turn the car on and double check that the problem is solved before we do the final installation. All right, same old procedure, car in the auxiliary point. Go ahead and open it up and erase the codes. There we go, and start her up. Uh-oh, another check engine. What's it pissed off about this time? That's not good. I erased the codes once again. It said cylinder 6 misfire. Why would cylinder 6 be misfiring now? So check everything, make sure it's all plugged in right. Well, that was really strange. You noticed that we had it on 7 and then we moved the plug over and then it went on to 6. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is swap these things back, and I'm gonna go ahead and take the old plug, put that back on a 6, the new plug back on a 7. We'll see if the problem follows it along. It's really strange. Okay, coil packs are switched around. Let's try this again. Through check engine light once again into limp mode, cylinder 7. So the new, you gotta be kidding me. The new ignition coil is no good. Either the wrong coil for this car or just a bad coil. All right, another auto parts run. So we got the old original one broken. New first one we think is broken. Second new one. I'm gonna go ahead and plug this thing in. We'll reset all the codes and try once again. All right, moment of truth. Codes are erased. New ignition coil plug is in. Let's just hope it runs nicely. Doesn't sound great. Ah, threw it again. What the hell, man? Cylinder 7 misfire, that's where we just put the new one in. So my guess is that these import direct ignition coils, for one reason or another, do not work on M5s. I do know another place though where I can get some coils. Give me your ignition coils, sir. That's right, we're gonna harvest some of the ignition coil packs out of this engine. I figured now is as good a time as any to announce our partnership with ECS Tuning on this build. We've been working together already. They have provided me, I got all these awesome boxes at home, the smaller rotors and the smaller brake calipers and everything, so we can downsize all that stuff. I went through them for that, and what I will do is I will go through them for all new ignition coils that I know actually work. But for now, I really wanna get Chelsea's car on the road, so what I'll do is I'll harvest about 3 of these off of here to bring back to the house, and then we will refresh this engine with 10 new ignition coil packs from ECS Tuning. So I'm gonna strip those off real quick, and then I gotta jump back into traffic. There we go. I got 3 of these. 1 of these should definitely work, so I'm gonna run back to the house. It's so crazy. That was 45 seconds worth of work. It took me an hour and a half round trip in the car just to get them. All right, I've struggled with this thing long enough. This is the only thing between me and a wonderful evening full of beer, so I'm gonna take care of it. Got our new injector coil, no, used injector coil. I'm gonna go ahead and move this thing out of the way, throw that baby in there, plug it in, reset codes, start it up. Everything should work as supposed to. This car, after sitting in the direct sun all day long, is like a million degrees inside. Erase all codes, done. Start her up. Oh, listen to that. Sounds so much better right off the bat. Sounds great. I'm gonna hang out here and make sure it's not gonna misfire, but so far so good. I'm gonna hang out outside. It's so hot. It's running great. I don't know what it was with that brand's of injector coils, but they definitely didn't work and they wasted like 4 hours of my day today. All right, with the car mechanically fixed, all that's left to do is the final assembly, but it is way too hot outside to be doing that right now. So Chelsea and I are gonna take a break and go to Brewfest. Portland Brewfest is pretty awesome. There's like 4 trucks over here, and then there's 4 trucks over there on the other side. Each truck has 10 different breweries and they all bring a different beer. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you know that last year I drank all the beers. And the year before that. And the year before that. And the year before that and before that. And this year we've drank this many. It's a multi-day process. I'm not gonna get it all done today. Alright guys, we are back from Brewfest and it's time to reassemble the car. Now, under Oregon law, I definitely am not allowed to drive this car right now, but I'm pretty sure I'm able to rebuild it. Alright guys, it's a new day. The M5 is completely fixed up and running. Chelsea's been driving it, running errands all morning, and it's operating perfectly, so that's really awesome. I filmed an outro last night, but I was reviewing it this morning, and it was a bit of a shit show, so I figured I'd refilm it. I'm a little apologetic about doing 3 sponsored episodes in a row. I understand that that might be a lot for some of you guys, but please do understand that it is 100% worth it from the channel's perspective. They support the channel in such a massive, massive way that when the schedule kind of runs in like this and they asked me to do it, I just had to do it. So I apologize about that one, guys. So we're back to the normal schedule and we're back on working on the Z, but the normal schedule is taking the weekend off. I am going to take the weekend off and enjoy some time at Brewfest. But if you guys are in the area and you would like to come say hi, I'll be at Brewfest most hours. Please come on by, say hi. If you want a photo, you want me to sign anything, you want to hang out and drink a beer and talk about the show, I am more than happy to do that. I am super, super personable and I never, don't ever feel like you're interrupting me if you see me out in public or something. Just come by, say hi. I'm totally happy to meet any of you guys there. So that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you back on Monday. Peace! Come on.